Gentlemen, now remember when I said the two CDM formations are one of the most OP formations right now, especially in higher divisions, Division 1, Elite Division. I've been playing around with it, right? I tested out the 4-2-2 and I've seen a couple of people, especially in the pro events, use the 4-2-2. Some other people as well in the Elite Division are using the 4-2-2. And I can't lie to you, it's a very, very OP formation, so let's get into it. Quite possibly the most reliable website for FC25 coins. Go check out MMOXP for the best price, the best guarantee. Use the code META, that's code META, for the best, cheapest coins. You can get yourself a 5% discount. Oh. As for any 2 CDM formation, you have to have the 2 CDMs because essentially they press. They actually like trigger this thing where they get to the box. Well, when the opponents are in the box, they actually press. Whereas with the CMs, they don't actually have that like defensive ability to press as the CDMs do. So that's why I'd say CDM formations now are more OP. But if you're a good player though, you can at least have one CDM formation. You have to have a CDM is what I'm trying to say, So having someone having a formation like let's say for instance a 4-3-3/2, I think it is, with the CDM and the 2 CMs is not a bad shout as well. But I feel like now, with how OP offensive AI is, you have to have the 2 CDMs, bro, because it essentially tracks back. You can also play from the back as well, very, very nicely, very beautifully, especially with this formation. Now, this one's not everyone's cup of tea, personally speaking, because you actually don't have the cam in this formation. Now, the cam links play very beautifully, especially in the 4-2-1-3 that I think a lot of people know about now and then are using it. The 4-2-1-3 provides that cam that kind of collects the ball, and he has that free roaming ability to basically maneuver and roam wherever the ball is. Whereas with this 4-2-2 formation, I feel like you have a little bit more space actually, because there's no like play in the midfield right there, well, in the cam position, and you can actually play it out wide. You can play it in the middle. Sometimes the strikers come a little bit back to collect the ball, obviously depending on the offensive AI. And I feel like this formation is very nice in terms of going up the field, bro. Like you'll see, you get a very, very nice like roaming ability with all the positions, and it's actually very, very beautiful. So let's get into it, man. We're gonna showcase the actual tactics right here. I will leave the code in the pinned comments as usual. Don't just copy and paste, actually check what I have to say, and then obviously use the tactics if you want. And please don't go in my comments be saying, Mike, this formation's ass. Bro, at the end of the day, man, use what you want and use what works for you. This is just like a guideline to showcase like, hey, you can maybe try this formation, tweak it to your coding ability. But I felt like whenever I do these videos, right, I always have at least 2-3 days to use the formation. I don't just quickly say like, oh, use this because it's a video idea. No, I actually use the formation. Like I was using it for at least 10 to 20 games, I could say, in obviously Div 1. Now I have lost some games, won some games, but I finally found like the nick of it, bro. Finally found the sweet spot for the best roles and the best tactics for it. So yeah, as you can see, 4-2-2 balanced build up style. I always say, man, tweak it according to what you want. I felt like this formation is very attacking because it has 2 strikers with 2 cams, so you don't really need too much build up, because at the end of the day, man, your cams can do the work, run out on the wide, they can run in the middle if they need to, and yeah, you don't really need to be doing too much, especially if you go counter. Sometimes it leaves your midfield, especially in the cam position, because you don't have a cam to drop, it leaves your midfield vulnerable. So yeah, especially on the wides, so you have to watch out for that when you are countering. In my personal opinion, balance is the best for this specific formation. We've got obviously 4-2-2 defensive approach being line height 61. Now I did know something, right? When it comes to the defensive approach, when you go 61 line height, it doesn't even take into account where you're tweaking it, because if you say 61, for instance, you'll go in the game, right, and press pause, it will say 70 for some reason. I don't know why they do this. Tell me if I'm the only one that sees this, but the only option that you will have right now is, I think, below 60. So it'll either go 50 balanced or just under 60. So with the thing with the line height, right, it kind of depends on how good you press. For me, I'm a very aggressive player, so I like to have the line height very high. Now, there's going to be gaps. Let's just be honest right here. You just have to outscore your opponent. Cheers, Jeff. At the end of the day, man, the more goals you score is the game you're gonna win.
Cheers, Jeff.
So essentially, I feel like having the line height high and actually just full out like going for it, essentially you will win more games. Trust me, you just have to know how to utilize the defense and basically cover the gaps, if that makes sense. So defensive approach 70 for me right now with this formation. Now what you can do, right, if you're not really a good defensive player, you can actually go run it at 45 even line height, or 50. Now I think 50 is the most balanced because yeah, essentially it's in the middle, and then you can actually go build up style counter. Now there's two ways about going at it. You can go counter with 50 line height, so that way you know that you don't have to there won't be so much gaps. And then you can also make use of second man press, which is obviously holding RB, R1 on PlayStation. But for me, I love it at 70 high, with build up style being balanced because this formation is very attacking. I do the build up style. Let's get into the actual roles. For goalkeeper, it's going to be Ramsdale. Why do I have Ramsdale, bro? I have no idea why. He works. I don't have coins. I mean, I've got 100k, but I don't really need to be adding a goalkeeper right there. As I said, goalkeepers is just, they're all trash, so it doesn't really matter too much. The best goalkeeper in the games right now is Van der Sar. Easy. I would say get him in your team. He's just a little bit expensive, and I think he does have traditional goalkeeper plus, so that's always the best play. Excuse me, right there, because having the plus essentially means that he's going to be world class in that position. So you always, also if you don't know too much, you can look at the heat map and kind of see where they're going to be placed in game. Like for instance, Ramsdale shows that he's only going to be in the middle, and sometimes he comes out left or right. Do you know what I mean? And then you can also say balanced if you want, but I low-key like the defend one because I don't really want him to come out too much, because when they come out, bro, they just do some weird things, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. So for me, goalkeeper and defend is the best. But you can tweak around. With goalkeeper, it's completely up to you. I'd say that's the most personal preferenced one. For center backs, hey, you need to have this at defend. There's no way about going about it. Like, don't tweak around anything. Trust me. I always say this. Trust me. Yeah. The two center backs, I'd say I have someone that's a little bit tall, that's more brolic, more like, you know, physical like. And then have someone that's a little bit smaller that can collect and also move with the ball, kind of like a ball playing center back that has good passing, short and high. Like for instance, mine is Bobby Moore, and then Klosterman is the big brolic one that essentially collects and sweeps up. Now we've got our fullbacks being Cafu, and we've got Bombastor, which is fullback balance because, as I said, man, you need to be utilizing basically 6 players defending. So don't touch your backline only when you need to. And essentially having your fullbacks at fullback and balanced, you don't have any gaps. Yeah, you can sometimes trigger runs by holding LB, L1 in PlayStation for them to go up the field, but they won't do too much attacking. Now we've got our 2 CMs, which is the most important, I'd say, positions in this whole formation, because these are the guys that sweep up everything, bro. Now you can utilize one to go up a little bit in the field, which in this instance, Çalhanoğlu, ladies and gentlemen, can I just say, one of the best, cheapest CDMs right now. You can actually utilize this man in an Evo, curl it in, and you can get his, I think, pace and defending up. And he is like basically a cheap Ruud Gullit, hands down, bro. Easy. And this man has deep line playmaker plus, which kind of acts as like a CDM/CM, goes up the field a little bit, but not too much. As you can see with the heat map. Also has that roaming feature wherever the ball is, he can collect and then pass, but he won't go more. Like, he won't go act as like a box-to-box, for instance, in terms of an offensive perspective. Now, Desai is the CDM. Now, with this formation, I feel like having a CDM that is more or less, more defensive. So someone like a Vieira, someone that's really like heavy to turn with, is actually really good in this formation, because they're going to be the guys that are just going to stay pluck, bro. They're just going to stay there and they're going to defend. Same thing like with Marcel Desailly. Now, he's not the best in terms of moving with the ball. So you can get someone that's a little bit better with moving with the ball, because at the end of the day, you need someone that can turn. If the gameplay is heavy, GG's. Do you know what I mean? Like, Desailly, yeah, he's not the greatest at turning. But I would say someone like a Vieira. I'm trying to think of other players. You guys already know, man. Like the tall, big, brolic CDMs. Let's see, for instance, on FUTBin if they showcase this. Sorry if I yap as well a lot, ladies and gentlemen. It is just to showcase and help you guys out in terms of finding the best, you know, Nick 4 formation, bro. Because it's very difficult. Someone like a Grosh, bro, would be ideal at that CDM spot, because he has decent enough agility and balance, but He has an accompanied defensive awareness of 92. Now he's not the tallest, but he's in that sweet spot, bro. 5'11". I'm trying to think of other CDMs that can work here. Let us quickly check. I don't really see anyone here. I'm trying to look at popular page because that's where most of the people are using or utilizing each card. Or you could just low-key go squad builder. And then we can just see some CDMs right here. For instance, come on, man, let's just find one. Nah, not Andrea Pirlo. Andrea Pirlo would rather be like where Çalhanoğlu is, if that makes sense. Someone like Rodri is perfect. Do you get what I'm saying? Someone like a big brolic, like Yaya Toure would be ideal. Vieira, I said, was good. Even Kante is not bad. The thing with Kante is he's a little bit small, so doesn't win all the balls in the air. So you need someone that at least has that height. So if you have Kante, accompany him with someone that's at least tall, so they can, you know, counterbalance. So yeah, for that instance, I think that's not a bad shout. I think I've explained more or less the CDMs. And then you also want him on defend because you want him to defend. And then you want, obviously, your other, I'd say, more turning element of a CDM to have roaming. Now, with the cams, completely up to you, right? I'd say for your more attacking cam, someone that you know that can just run in the box, score when he needs to, has that maybe 5-star weak foot or has very good finishing, he can be the shadow striker because essentially he acts as like a third striker and kind of acts as like a cutting in player. So you could think of it as a inside forward right wing. The only thing with this one though is shadow striker, so when Onana's not there, he's going to be there. One area that is. So shadow striker with the attack works beautifully. Sometimes though you can get vulnerable on the right side of the field, but that's the thing with this formation, man. But Desai will be there on that right side. We've got Diego Armando Maradona, which I am actually evoing, and you need someone here that, now a lot of people ask me like, is Zidane good in this formation? I feel like those type of cams is not ideal here. Zidane is more of a central roaming type of cam. So you want someone that's very fast as a cam, like a Maradona, as I said. Someone that's like really quick, bro. I mean, Nwaneri, you know, that has the 5-star skills. Someone like I'm also trying to find it again. Let's quickly check for a cam for one of the guys. Someone like a Betty Pele, bro. Like he's 100,000 coins only, right? But the thing is, he's got 4-star, very pacey and amazing passing and dribbling. Someone like a new Betty Pele, bro, 90. And then for our two strikers now with this one, this you can go advanced forward plus for your best striker that you know can score the goals and attack. He's going to be the guy in terms of the focus, having the attack. And then you've got someone like, if you have a small striker like a Mia Hamm, like one of the goals, you know, in the team, then you can actually use Poacher or False 9. Completely up to you. What I do though is I've got Bale, so he's the target forward. He kind of primarily like collects the ball, has that strength to kind of keep the ball and like lay off when he needs to, or just turn and shoot. Do you get me? So like pace boosts here and there, just that quick card that like quickly transitions and is a very unpredictable striker. So for that reason is why I have target forward, because his physicality actually helps him going forward, if that makes sense. Onana can even play that role as well, but I feel like Onana is perfect as the advanced forward plus, and I just have to utilize it because it's there and it's Onana. Let's jump into the actual video showcasing the formation. I've spoken a lot. Let's jump in the game. Very first team, bro's got the lap. Zidane, is that a 4-2-1-3? I think it is, right? Yeah. So 2 CDMs against 2 CDM formation. GG's. That is the one for you, bro. You'll see though in this formation, right, how nice it is in terms of just building from the back. Is that onside? Oh, offside. You'll see like how nice it is building from the back, and you have so much space in that midfield because you don't have the cam that like kind of, what's the word, kind of bunches, you know, alongside the CDMs. So you'll see the CDMs can even like build up when they need to. Like for instance here, look there. So much space, bro. Oh, I see that ball. Is that onside? That is onside indeed. Beautiful ball and beautiful goal right there. Let's go. First goal, done. I couldn't do anything against that, bro. Like, the game is so heavy. GG's on that goal. Oh, how easy missed that. Do you see how Nwaneri was there in that position? Kind of like a third striker, you could call it, because he's playing as a shadow striker and on that flank. So it's like really beautiful. You've literally got like 4 strikers, you could call it. Beautiful ball right there. We're gonna try and chip. What? Bale? How are we not getting that chip on, bro? But do you see how quick they are in terms of counting? And that's not even with the build-up style of countering, bro. Like, that was just them, because that's just how good the formation is in terms of like getting up that field, you know. And that's exactly what you need from a formation. Beautiful ball. Bale, come on, let's go, man. Onana and Bale, bro. Very interesting striking partnership, but they are playing, bro. They are playing. Lovely stuff. We get our 3rd goal as well. You see what I'm saying? Target forward, he kind of drops a little bit back, lets Onana do the work in terms of, like, you know, giving him all the glory, because that's exactly what Onana does. So yeah, it's nice, man. Beautiful work from Waneri. Oh my word, Onana, bro. At 6 foot, dribbling like that is crazy. Beautiful, beautiful save from Ramsdale. Stayed his ground. Now, if he had the sweeper keeper plus, he would have come out a little bit there, maybe resulting in a goal. Do you know what I mean? So it depends on also how you play with your goalkeeper. Do you automatically bring them out, or manually, sorry, bring them out? So yeah, there's a lot of good ball as well. And we get our 4th goal with Onana. Beautiful work, man. I mean, the fact that I have Desai, bro, and he's like a center back. He's never a CDM in this game, but if you have someone like a stagnant CDM that's just no nonsense, like a Casemiro type of vibe, then it actually works in this formation. Because then you don't have that liberty to run with him because you think like, oh, he's got the skills, or, you know, he can like pay the bills. No, I do not run with my Desai. I leave him there, bro, because we all know him going up the field is not it. Very nice interplay, and we got Onana. This guy should be gone, bro. Come on. Onana? No, how don't we score that? Lovely interception from Chalanoglu. You see, intercepts right, but has that beautiful transitioning like aspect, and can even go further up the field because he has that deep lying playmaker role and roaming. So wherever the ball is, this is exactly what you need from a CDM, man. He's so perfect, bro, in this role. And we essentially get a goal from that, just from that interception alone. This has to be gone. Come on, bro. Don't fight it, man. Game is game. Don't be mad at the player. Be mad at the game, my friend. Do you see how Waneri instantly like transitioned to that striking role because of the advanced, oh my days, that is insane, because of the Shadow Striker plus. So it's like kind of Onana's holding up play when he needs to, and then Waneri's there just to, you know, kind of take Onana's role. So it's like they work beautifully in harmony, bro. When one is up front, one stays back, vice versa. That's what I like about this formation, man. Very nice. Tell me if you're going to use this formation, boys, and if you're going to utilize it right there. We nearly there at elite. Almost there, boys. I don't really play rivals as much, but the past 2-3 weeks I have been playing, and I'm nearly at elite, bro. So these formations are at least doing something, you know. So tell me in the comments down. We'll catch you boys in the very next video. Have a sweet one, boys. Peace.